What up, what up, what up, what up, Fit Over 40 tribe? What's going on? This is Coach Dave. Super excited to bring you another episode of the Fit Over 40 show. That's right, the number one health and fitness show for those of us in the club, the 40 and over club. My name is Coach Dave, as I've already mentioned, and I am super excited to bring you this episode today. And today, I'm going to do things a little bit different. I don't really have anything specifically planned in terms of what I want to speak to. The reason being is today I am celebrating halfway to 94. Yes, you got to do a little math to figure out how old I am. I'm also moving into the next club maybe here, not too much longer. But I want to talk to you today about really how to get unstuck in 2021 and move forward and really transform your life. When I was thinking about, I knew I wanted to do a podcast today for my birthday, just because this is one thing that I absolutely love to do. I love to do podcasts. I don't know, it's just kind of, everything kind of flows for me, or at least I feel like sometimes it flows. I mean, other times, not every time is it flowing the greatest, or am I enunciating or speaking the best, but I just feel like this is one of the mediums that I can communicate and be who I am and share who I am and let you guys in on a little bit of my life as well. And sometimes it's hard to do with video and stuff like that. And I'm not the best probably writer in the world because I need help with grammar and editing and all that stuff. But I'm digressing here. But my point today is when I was thinking about doing this podcast, I was like, what am I going to talk about? I'm like, okay, man, I don't want to do 47 things that I've learned over the 47 years that I've been live. And yes, I just gave you my age, if you didn't do the halfway to 94 math. But I was like, what can I do? And it actually came to me while I'm sitting there in church listening to my pastor talk about his series, Unstuck. And he was talking about just how the past year in the pandemic, we got complacent. And then he was talking about getting complacent in our spiritual lives. But I would say that, if we really looked long and hard, most all of us got complacent in our lives in general. I know for me, 2020, and if you listen to my podcast of 20 great things that happened in 2020, there were a lot of great things that happened. But there were also things that happened that I'm not very proud of, I guess, in terms of, my habits. I know that, I started off strong. I was mentally trying to stay with it. And then I just, kind of got halfway into this whole quarantine thing and started to just be like, whatever. And just not really caring too much about, consumption of alcohol, not caring too much about what I was eating and stuff like that. So I could see myself getting into those patterns where I wasn't really being disciplined. I wasn't really being ultimately the best I could be. And I was just kind of going through the motions. Sure, I was getting a workout in, and I was staying kind of active and all that stuff, but I really wasn't focused in on my health. I wasn't focused in on being the best version of me I can be, and I was stuck. And so today I want to talk to you about getting unstuck. And really, it comes down to, first of all, you've got to decide why. All right? It goes back to a decision that you have to make is, why do you want to transform your life? Why do you want to be healthy? Why do you want to lose weight? What is it that you want physically, mentally, spiritually? And then why do you want that? Because you got to go back to that why. And that was something that I thought about. I was like, listen, I want to be the best version of myself for others, but specifically for my family. And I want to be around. I want to have quality life. I look back And if you listen to the episode that I did with my mom, she turned 80 years old, and she hates the fact that I tell everybody that she turned 80. And she might be listening. I don't know, Mom. But the fact is that she's got quality life. She still has a quality life. And I see so many people that struggle. And I've seen my dad, who was in his 60s, that you would have thought he was in his 80s because of all the ailments and the health issues he had, because he didn't make that choice to make his health his priority. But again, you got to come down with that why. Why is it for you? Why do you want to get unstuck? And some of you are probably like, well, I'm fine, I'm fine. But really, are you? Are you doing the best and the most you can do? Can you tweak a little bit more to make your life just a little bit better? Again, you got to come down with the why. The second thing is that you actually have to do. You actually have to take action. And I think that sometimes people get overwhelmed and they think that, oh my gosh, I've got to follow this, routine. So and so's doing it, and oh my gosh, it's so hard. I can't do that. And we get kind of like stuck in the fact that we think that we have to follow this strict diet and follow this crazy workout routine. But in actuality, if you just start small, you just start with one habit, one tiny habit, and then that tiny habit continues to stack on other habits, things can really make a huge difference moving forward as you continue to build off of that momentum and you continue to just get better. Every day you start saying, well, gosh, I did this and I did that, and now look at me. And again, if you need some help and you need some examples, listen, there's a person that I saw that had lost over 100 pounds just by starting with one habit. And the habit that they started with was they put their clothes out every night before they went to bed. So they knew when they woke up in the morning, their clothes were right there, ready to go, and to start exercise. And they did it right at the very beginning of the day. And so that one little habit led to other habits. Sure, did they have to do other stuff? Did they have to start looking at, what their caloric intake was and how much, processed food and sugars? Sure, eventually that stuff comes. But you only need to start small, which can lead to much bigger things. And for that person, it happened to be putting their clothes out the night before. So you got to start doing. You can't just expect change if you're not doing. And especially if you're doing the same thing over and over, maybe then that's something for you to think about. Change is hard. In 47 years that I've been around, there's been a lot of change. And lately there's been even more change. And some of that has been very hard to deal with. But you know what? We've got to deal with. We're not going to stay the same, or things aren't going to stay the same. Things are going to change. And if you think that things are going to stay the same, then that's one of the issues that you got to deal with. You got to realize that things are changing. Things are evolving. You got to get along with it. You've got to come along with it. So you've got to do that, okay? The other thing is just, what I've noticed in all my years so far is we just have to enjoy life and live for the moment, live for the day, and don't get so caught up on, too far down the road. Yes, sure, there's always great to have long-term goals, but if you've ever heard me talk about the 12-week year, it's a book that I read several years ago, really had me completely change my thought process in terms of, setting goals. Because, I've talked a lot about goal setting, about smart goals, smarter goals, and those are, specific and measurable and all that stuff, which are good. And again, I keep evolving on this stuff too. But, I would set goals at the beginning of the year. So I would say, okay, well, I want to lose, say, 20 pounds by the end of 2021. Well, there was too much time in there, too much ability for me to be like, oh, well, I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, still not seeing nothing. But setting 12 weeks, it's like a new year every 12 weeks. And so the beauty about it is you don't have to wait till New Year's. You can start today. You could start a 12-week year today and set some realistic goals that you can achieve in the next 12 weeks. If it's weight loss you're looking for, 12 pounds, a pound a week is very realistic. But here's the thing, your mind kind of, it's easier for you to see that. And it's also a timeline, and it's something that's not too short, but not too long. So there's actually time for you to do things and actually see results. And then when you hit a plateau, you still got time to keep going to see where you finally end up. So again, enjoy the moment, live for today, and set some, small but realistic goals that you can achieve now, not, a year from now, not 3 years from now, 5 years from now. Again, those are all perfectly fine to have. I'm not saying that because I go through that process as well, but I'm just trying to live more in the now and more for today, because you just don't know, right? You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And so every day, if I can wake up and I can just do the things and try to be the best. And again, here's the thing. Don't beat yourself up if you mess up. Man, I fall off the wagon a lot, but I just get back up and I start again. And that's all you have to do. And forgive yourself for doing it. Don't beat yourself up. I see too much of that too. I see too many people that are like, oh, I blew it. I just can't do it. Okay, start again. That's all you got to do. Just start again. Now, I just kind of was going off a little bit there, and for the last 10 or so minutes, wanted to take the time again just to share some of my thoughts about getting unstuck. Again, as I celebrate my 47th year, I hope to inspire you. I hope to inspire more people. Again, my mission, and I've gotten more clear as the time has gone on, is to inspire others to greatness. And I hope that, this does inspire you. Hope it gets you fired up. Hope it gets your mind right. Again, my mentor, Todd Durkin, talks about that. He wrote a book called Get Your Mind Right. You got to get your mind right, okay? And I hope that this does it for you. Again, I'm here for you. I'm hoping that at any point you need any help or assistance, you'll reach out to me. Again, you can go to Fit Over 40 challenge / or let's start over. fitover40challenge.com/fitness coach. And I'll give you a free consultation. You can talk with me. We'll set you up depending on what you're working with or what you need help with. I'm here for you. Okay. Also, again, I'm going to ask for a little selfish plug, selfish favor. If you could share this podcast, if it was something that really kind of inspired you and you think somebody else needs to hear it, again, share it. Okay. That's our job, is to help others as well and serve others. So if you can help by passing this along and spreading the word, that would be great. The other thing is my other ask is going to be, if you did find this valuable and you liked it, if you could leave a 5-star review. Again, those are how the algorithms work. And again, my mission is to continue to spread positivity and inspiration to others. And if you can help me do that, that would be great. And that would be my birthday present for me. That would be an amazing birthday present. So there you have it. Again, on this 47th birthday, again, I wanted to just do a quick podcast and talk to you and kind of just say, hey, it's time to get unstuck, okay? And 2021 is going to be a great year if you make it a great year. This is Coach Dave, signing off.